Some breaking news coming in. The diplomatic row brewing between India and Saudi Arabia over the alleged rape of two Nepalese girls by Diplomat. Saudi ambassador Dr. Sati has been summoned by the Ministry of External Affairs. The MEA will be updating, wants rather the Saudi ambassador to update them on what is really happening. The Gurgaon police report is also with them, and also state India's position on this entire matter. The diplomat has vacated his Gurgaon residence and is now living inside the Saudi Arabia embassy. That's the latest that we have. Deputy Editor Smita Sharma now joins you on the phone line. Smita, just bring us up to speed with the latest. We believe that we could also... Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
We are here at the Jawaharlal Nehru Bhavan, where we are expecting the Saudi ambassador to come in some time. He has been called in, essentially not summoned at the point, but called in because India, as the Gurgaon police did submit two of the reports, the medical reports, the FIR, the statements, the recorded statements of the victims in front of a magistrate. So all these were submitted late evening yesterday, and based on these reports, of course, India will make its stand clear to the ambassador, because if the accused diplomat has, if the accusations, in fact, there seem to be enough merit in it, India will seek upon the Saudi embassy to take adequate action to ask for the diplomat's recall, because even the diplomat's family enjoys immunity, so the police can't even charge them for obstruction of duty when they had gone to, of course, rescue these two Nepalese women. But if the Saudi embassy is unwilling to to get into any sort of course correction action here, then India will have to, of course, take to the other recourse, the other option of declaring this diplomat as persona non grata.
So clearly, Smita, as we speak, there is a diplomatic row, at least tension building between the two nations over this extremely disturbing incident.
Well, as two matured countries, they can ensure that the tension does not build up, because there is a lot at stake here for the two countries. The Saudis have been one of these, essentially the largest oil suppliers for India. Remember, India had cut down on its oil supplies from Iran following the Western sanctions on its nuclear program. So India can leverage, of course, its market access here and make sure that we, appeal to the Saudis' sense of fairness and tell them that, look, this is not about your diplomat being in a line of duty and thereby being a violation of his immunity. These are heinous crimes, and if the Ministry of External Affairs and thereby the Indian government think that there are substantial, of course, truth to the accusations that have been pressed on by these two Nepalese women, the victims belong to another country. So clearly, India can leverage that sort of a pressure, and with also the domestic pressure building up, women activists taking to the streets, India will have to make sure to be seen as not going light and low on this issue.
Smita, we'll keep coming back to you for more. Of course, that will be our top focus all day today on India Today. But there is some more breaking news coming in. Well, we're being told that the two Nepalese women allegedly raped by a Saudi Arabian diplomat in Gurgaon have recounted horrific details of their ordeals. Speaking to Mail Today, the two women have alleged that they were taken to Nainital and Agra with groups of 10 men, where they were gang raped several times over. One of the women alleges that the Saudi diplomat slashed her wrist with a knife when she protested his sexual advances. And Vaishali Yadav is now joining us on the phone line. Vaishali, very sick and disturbing details now emerging from the admissions and confessions of the two survivors. Vaishali, can you hear me?
Are you rushing me?
All right, it seems that we have not been able to connect with Vaishali there, but those are the details emerging, and this is the report that we're getting from Mail Today. The two Nepali women who were rescued from the Gurgaon residence of a Saudi diplomat on Wednesday have recounted the horrors of injustice that was meted out to them. They have alleged that they were even taken to getaways like Nainital and Agra with groups of over 10 people who gang raped them several times. Let's try and reconnect with Vaishali. Vaishali, if you can hear me, extremely sick and disturbing details now emerging.
Yeah, that's true. And the women have been subjected to much brutality, and very inhuman treatment has been meted out to them.
If you could just take us through what they had to say.
Well, the women did not directly speak to me for a while, but the NGO connected them to us.
Yes.
And from what I got to know through the NGO persons, the NGO called India Nepal Mehdi, the women first arrived in New Delhi via bus from Kathmandu, and here they were received by somebody called Anwar, police now suspect is a part of the whole racket. And then they were taken to the Saudi family. And from here, they were taken to Mumbai first. And there they stayed with them in Mumbai for a while. Then they were taken to Sri Lanka. All the while, they were beaten up, thrashed very badly. But the sexual abuse did not still start at that time. Then they were taken to Saudi Arabia by flight. From Saudi Arabia back to Gurgaon in the Diplomat residence. And here, allegedly, they were raped, gang raped rather, not just by the Diplomat, allegedly, but also by his friends. This is what the women have to say.
All right, Vaishali, thanks for joining us on the phone line. Well, those are the disturbing details that are emerging. The two Nepalese women also saying that they were treated worse than dogs or animals. Staying with the story, the Gurgaon police submitted 2 reports in connection with the alleged gang rape to the Ministry of External Affairs. The reports contain the FIR, the sworn statements of victims made before the magistrate, the statement of the apartment guard and the medical reports of 2 Nepalese women. The ACP crime of Gurgaon police also confirmed that the medical report showed that both Nepalese girls were indeed physically assaulted. And India Today is in exclusive possession of visuals of the police team at the residence of the Saudi diplomat in Gurgaon accused of raping 2 women of Nepali origin. The police had gone to recover the 2 women who were allegedly gang raped and tortured for the past 45 days. These visuals clearly show how the police team faces stiff resistance at the diplomat's house. The house inmates can be seen obstructing the police from carrying out its duty. However, sources say the police is unlikely to press charges against the family of the accused diplomat, as the family too enjoys immunity. The Saudi embassy had condemned the police for this action while they were at the diplomat's residence.
Wait, you are wait.